Okay, my kind viewers, I'm back.
Next, but we have to do that in the next night.
So what now?
Go to cam 7, Barack, and I'll do the rest.
Got it. Here you go.
1, 2, 3, and there you have it.
Oh, we're the mangle?
So the main goal right now is to just gather all of your parts. However, avoid any kids that you may see.
Can I ask how you knew all of this? Did you eat and digest each and every word to the game's Wikipedia?
Well, these minigame secrets are actually discovered throughout the other minigames.
How the hell did I fall?
Do you mean the ones we played between the nights?
Yeah, those minigames. Remember going down the hallways and seeing weird symbols or patterns on the walls?
Vaguely, I guess.
Oh, are you serious?
You are really struggling with that jump, huh?
Well, his foot just morphs through the whole damn platform. It's getting annoying.
Anyways, if you pay attention to those walls, they line up with tasks that you have to complete throughout the nights.
Oh, come on!
Here, Barack, jump as soon as Mangle's first foot leaves the platform.
You're supposed to help the elderly, Obama, not them help you.
You're about to see another exit door. Just like Donald, you need to ignore it and go to the top of the platform and out through the wall.
Sounds like a plan. I'll wait until this kid passes, though. I'm not trying to repeat my falling follies.
So how does playing the Game Boy help us free the children?
These mini games specifically are allowing their souls rest. You'll see how we're doing that in a bit.
Whatever this is, my soul is nowhere near restful right now.
Looks like somebody violated the planter's peanut.
So coming up, you'll have these balloons that you need to platform off of. This is why the first mini game was important, because if you didn't get all those balloons, you wouldn't have been able to continue.
This is a lot of work just to help some idiot kids that didn't listen to their parents about talking to strangers.
You're fistful deep in a Cheeto bag, and you're complaining about work.
If not obvious, grab the cake and that'll end the level. However, I want Don to handle the next mini game. That way you both pull your fair share equally.
Are we at least almost done?
Not even halfway.
I'm gonna blow a gasket.
All right, Don, your job is to find and collect cupcakes on cameras 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Camera 2, found it.
Now camera 3.
I see it.
Good. Now camera 4.
Got it.
And finally camera 6.
And there we go.
I see what you did, Joe. That's hilarious.
I hate you two so much.
I gave you the mini game for a reason. Now, Donald, listen carefully. Go down where that hole is and keep going left.
I have a lot of questions, but I've learned that they'll never be answered.
In due time.
Don's definitely going to get loose later thinking about this.
Oh, there's a great kid.
Yeah, go up to him.
Are we giving him that cake?
I guess so.
That's a big cake.
Oh, his eyes widened. He's alive.
So is that how you put their souls to rest? By giving them cake or something?
I suppose it's the equivalent of putting them to rest. Instead of the horrible things that happened at the restaurant, they simply got cake to ease their souls. That's why we needed the balloons and cake from the first 2 mini games. The balloons to reach the kids and the cake to give to the kids.
So do we just keep doing that for each kid?
Pretty much. First, we have to get to night 4. Second, because this next mini game is a bit complex, I'll be the one handling it.
This has more twists and turns than a snake in the White House.
But you're right here.
So a fun fact that you guys didn't notice is that the tiles on the wall are actually a dial pad.
You act like it had a big red arrow. How the hell were we supposed to know that? A player's intuition?
Oh, what is this?
This is the mini game that I'm taking care of. In this one, you're Golden Freddy next to Golden Bonnie. Like the other games, you can escape out of the box, but you're trying to find the box with the kid in it and give him cake.
You've either got to be crazy or have actually no life to somehow find out about all of this.
Or both.
Well, this is Joe we're talking about.
Hey, I worked hard ignoring my work for 8 years under Barack. You think this skill at horror games just came out of nowhere?
I see things haven't changed either.
As if Pence did any more.
No, I know he didn't do anything. Vice presidents never do anything constructive. Joe, does Kamala actually do anything?
I guess she just sits there and looks pretty.
And even that's debatable.
Well, there's the kid.
Routine calls for cake, yes?
That it does.
I'm still confused on everything, if I'm being honest.
Throwing everything under the microscope is really hard to process. That's why I'll be explaining all of the lore up until the 3rd game.
That'll be a day to remember.
By the way, it's your turn again, Barack. Go back to the Balloon Boy poster and do the exact same thing you did before.
Why are we back in this game?
You'll see.
Oh, there's balloons now.
Exactly. Getting that final balloon opened up this path.
At this point, I can't tell if I'm coming or going.
Whatever you do, be careful. You don't want to fall down.
Oh, here's the ledge.
I'm glad the Mario course didn't throw us for the loop.
Yeah, because I don't really know what happens if you fall.
And here's another kid. Have this cake, little Timmy.
Boy, the way these kids are reacting, you'd think this cake was laced with fentanyl.
Have you ever tried to give a kid fentanyl?
Did you really just ask that?
Yeah.
Of course I have. They spin around like a laundry cycle.
What is happening?
It's your turn for this minigame, Don. You should see a dark figure on the desk near your camera. I want you to double-click that.
I don't like the sound of that. The hell is this?
Is this the Shadow Bonnie that we saw during the previous minigame?
Ugh. And why is he hitting the shimmy sham like a helicopter blade?
By the way, Donald hit the S key.
What are you talking about, Joe? Oh, what?
You can cycle through all of the games we played. Our goal here is to give cake to the kids, so we need to get out of the box.
Don, do you remember the Balloon Boy game that I played?
You're right. Let's go to that, and I can just get out right at the top.
Good teamwork, you two.
All right, enough pissing your pants. Have some cake and be free.
Amazing display of sympathy once again.
He's getting better at it.
So are we done yet?
Almost. We have one more thing to do. It's really easy, I promise.
It better be. I'm half tempted to feed these kids back to Purple Guy.
All right, on cam 4, you'll see a poster with a present on the left. I want you to click that.
This? Oh,
Happiest day?
what's going on here?
Just move to your left.
Obama, look at all these masks. It's like I'm staring inside a party city.
I wonder why. It's almost like we're at a party. So they gave him the cake too.
So what now? He put on the mask?
They're gone. I think we might have done it.
Did we actually do it?
The balloons are flying away. We did it, Don.
We freed the kids. Let's go. That took way too long.
Terribly long.
Good job, guys. I'm proud of you both. Let me finish up night 5 and we can wrap up towards the ending.
That will never not be satisfying.
This is also a good ending.
I'll drink to that.
The end.
It's done. It's finally done.
It's funny, Don. You said you wouldn't be invested in this game, yet here we both are.
I guess it is funny how that works. You don't really notice it grow over time, but before you know it, that connection is there.
I think that's just life. Human emotion isn't an easy concept to grasp. Maybe it's best that we don't try.
You did it, guys. You finally did it. You put them to rest. Now let's give them a moment of silence. Well, looks like there's only one more thing to do.
Take out the trash.
This is the big showdown, boys. Are we ready for nightmare mode?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Are we getting pounded again for another 50 attempts at this difficulty?
Actually, after our recent endeavors, I think it's best if you two give your best shot, and then I can come in and just beat off the night.
Beat off the what?
You got this, Barack.
You don't have to lie, Joe.
So the Purple Guy's just somehow living inside the spring suit, right?
His soul is still very alive, but his flesh has rotted and is nothing but bone.
So are his balls still there? Why aren't you answering?
I'm just amazed at how someone could be this stupid.
I've just grown numb to it at this point.
I'm not asking to be funny. It's a genuine question.
I know. That's why I'm amazed.
No, you undercooked steak sack. I'm saying if his balls rotted, then technically the insults of him being piss-stained were actually true.
Please tell me you're not being serious.
I'm being serious here. Can you raging libs appreciate genuinity for 1 second?
It's not even the question itself. It's the fact that you made the connection that pee was stored in the balls.
Who do you think I am? Steve Harvey in 2018? What's so hard about this? Just answer the damn question already.
Well, if you meant his bladder, then it's probably not there. So the answer is yes, urine most likely soaked into the suit.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad you got a kick from all of that. Now, can I focus?
Do you think his dick is still there too?
Hoping you get shot soon, Donald.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
It's been like a week or two, and I can guarantee Obama still hasn't started Breaking Bad.
I want to, I just don't have the time.
What do you mean? Joe is a currently sitting president, and I run several businesses, and yet here we are on a Friday night, hands in our pants, watching you play a game.
Hands in our what?
That still doesn't disqualify me from being a busy man.
I know that, but I also know that you do have the time to play games, so it wouldn't hurt to fit this into your schedule.
Be honest, does Donna not want you watching mature TV shows?
Oh, stop it.
But seriously, you're in the studio for hours on end. Why can't you dedicate some of your free time to even start the show?
Like I said, Barack, it is incredibly thorough and well written.
Okay, I'll give some of it a watch this weekend.
That's more like it. You know, there's a Twitter account that posts a frame of the show every 5 minutes, and it's most likely the saving grace of Twitter.
You told us you weren't on Twitter anymore.
Burners exist.
You do not want to see what's on my burner.
And that's where we end the conversation.
I'm sealing this vent in case he climbs through. Donald's right. You probably do smell like piss.
Just reboot the audio right now. Your best shot is to just hold him at cam 1 for the rest of the night.
And that's going to just allow him to coast through this?
Far from that. It would take incredible timing and luck for Barack to live this. But as you already know, never say never.
Jeez, I just saw my life flash before my eyes.
At least you clicked off in time.
So what's the move now? We just sit here and tell campfire songs?
Pretty much that and delaying the inevitable.
I'll see what I can do.
Hello.
Never mind, I'm screwed here. Yep, really screwed here.
Springtrap slipped you one too many roofies or something.
He also looked an awful lot like Bill Cosby there, too.
The comparisons line up way too well.
As Donald gets ready to play his turn out, let me just ask something in hopes to get a normal response.
Okay, shoot.
How did you guys manage everything?
What are you talking about? When me and Obama were presidents?
Sort of. I guess I'm asking, how do you guys manage life, if that makes sense?
Well, both of us will probably have responses that are polar opposite from each other.
Hello.
Wouldn't hurt for him to hear both.
So before anything gets to me, I always have a personal assistant that facilitates all of the information that I receive. Any business proposals, interviews, or media-related collaborations would be directly operated through him. It was a lot worse when I was president, but it's calmed down as of recently.
Huh, interesting.
That's actually surprising, Obama. We run things similarly.
Do we really?
For the most part. Obviously, because I spearhead multiple businesses, the specifics of my operations will be on a bigger scale. But I have managers who handle projects for me, and they just give me the summary. They can handle all the grunt work, and they do so for the most part.
That makes sense. I'm just so used to doing everything on my own, but it's starting to be tiring. I mean, you guys can see me fall down from complete exhaustion.
Joe, I told you before that it's imperative to scale outwards. You need to start giving your advisors more work. Otherwise, they're just sitting around when you're not giving them things to do.
They're there for a reason. You should definitely utilize them more.
Easier said than done. I came from a time that emphasized if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
And for once, I respect you for that. However, if it's coming to the point where it's taking a physical toll on you, then other measures have to be taken into consideration to ensure that you can bear the work.
And not to be mean, Joe, but you're not getting any younger.
I know, you don't have to remind me.
This is going to sound like something Don says, but America needs strong leadership. We're the country that leads the world in quite a few accomplishments.
Yeah, like gun violence and drug overdoses, which are both things that the Dems could control.
All right, no need to get specific.
Hi.
Piss off, balloon boy. Why's Foxy just standing here?
I think you broke him, Don.
Damn it to hell.
And there goes our 2 chances, Donald.
Show this rotten eggplant. What for, Joe?
Already planned on it.
I actually could have had that game, but just like the Senate, a whole fist just got shoved into me.
If there's a whole fist lodged there, that's probably why you're so abrasive to everyone in the Senate.
Listen, I'm not here to please people. I'm here to do a job. Every single politician or businessman is trying to sprinkle in the pleasantries to get on someone's good side. That's so two-faced. I think it's better by just keeping it real.
And your definition of real is swearing up and down like a sailor?
And calling your political opponents please?
I call it how I see it. If you play the part, I'm going to treat you like the part. It's just how societal relations work. If Nancy Pelosi is going to slander my name and throw her spit on it, I'm not going to shake her hand like she's going to yank me off or something.
So there's absolutely no high road for you? You just have to be the bull in the china shop that penetrates someone with his horn?
Bestow onto others even when they do not bestow onto you?
Haven't you heard the day-old saying that nice guys come in last? I don't care if Casanova donated his foreskin to charity. If I cared about what people thought of me, I would have never made half the advances I've made within the economic world.
What does that even have to do with charity or foreskin?
I simply cannot believe that you just find it tolling to be considerate of others. Like I understand it, you're Donald. The universe compels you to act like your bowel movements, but I don't get it at the same time.
Again, it's not that. I'm very respectful towards those who show me the same sentiment. However, if you go out of your way to try to cast a lie for all the world to see, I'm not going to caress their thighs and get intimate with their toenails. Is that what you actually expect?
I don't even know what we're even talking about anymore.
Classic Joe Biden falling into his nap.
No, you're just a babbling idiot, Don.
All right, I have a deep question for you guys.
What is this, a podcast?
Pretty much most of the time, I'm carrying you guys through the games.
You've carried us through one.
We've played 5 or something, so same thing.
It's really not.
Stay focused. It's a serious question.
We'll spit it out.
Actually, never mind.
Oh, come on, you can't do that. You got to say it now.
No, it's nothing.
We're not going to drop it until you say something. So you might as well just say it.
Well,
Tell us already.
do you guys ever think about death, or more specifically, death for us?
I guess.
From time to time, let's face it, you and I aren't exactly getting any younger, Donald.
I'm very well aware, which is why I'm asking. I just want to know if I'm not crazy.
No, you're still crazy. But for this, I think everybody thinks about death. Funny enough, I don't think it's death itself that scares people, but just the sudden end. The world will still turn, but not your world.
And that doesn't scare you?
Of course it does, especially since we're pretty much over the hill. It's like we're actually just ticking time bombs. You know all those jokes you throw at me about my age?
Yeah, it's an easy thing to point at.
I know it is. Sometimes I sit on that thought probably more than I should.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a very real thought nowadays. The end, that is.
well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm old as dirt too, and about as healthy as a pig eating slop, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, you get it.
You're doing really well right now, Joe.
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh, I see him in the corner. Well, I did see him.
he's probably at the window now. The president's intuition, huh?
The hell are you flipping the camera for?
Because Phantom Freddy's at the edge, and if I just sit here, he's gonna jump scare me. Then there's a way higher chance I die to Springtrap. But we're all good now, I think.
So we're back to bartering our lives with Trix the Rabbit?
It's been 5 a.m. for a while. I think we should be in the clear. I think we should be.
We're cutting it close again.
And it's finally over.
Donald 1, Purple Guy 0.
You're really acting like you did something, huh?
The world's best security guard always does.
Sure thing, Donald.
It burns.
Fazbear's fright burns to the ground.
Looks like I really did set that place ablaze. Donald, the man of action, strikes again.
So what happened to Springtrap?
Gone, reduced to ashes.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you brighten the image, guess what you see?
Don't tell me he survived, Joe.
Well, what did you guys think of the third game?
He survived?
Man, Springtrap really is an SCP.
Screw the SCP thing. Throw this thing against Putin, and he'll just give us Russia.
Again, guys, thoughts on how this game stacks up?
While the jump scares lacked a bit, I appreciated that we used the cameras a lot more. This game also took the cake for the most lore explained. I really enjoyed my experience.
Purple Guy got CIA'd. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, with the story. It was a nice little bow to this chunk of the franchise. I'm glad you two liked playing the game. I'll organize a quick story recap before we jump straight into the fourth game.
Any last words before we wrap up here, Don?
Purple Guy.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
From horror attractions to home invasions, this game really has it all.
Is that what we're partaking in this time?
I guess the title screen is a dead giveaway.
So what's the story arc here? Home Alone meets the Banana Splits? I thought everything was said and done. Why do these mutant Barbie dolls insist on harassing us?
You should know as a businessman that if something works, keep doing it.
Yeah, but not at my expense.
Well, as you can see, our game will mainly take place at the location you see on the screen. Donald, why don't you start us off this game?
The world's best security guard, the very best, will pioneer the way once again.
You do know the captain goes down with his ship, right?
With Don at the helm, we'll sink while we're still docked.
And here we go.
Are we in an arcade machine?
5 days until the party.
What in Disney merchandise?
Yeah, Hallmark got a hold of Golden Freddy.
What did he do this time?
What did he do to you? He turned you into a damn marketable plushie.
He locked you in your room again. Don't be scared. I am here with you.
Take note on what you're about to see.
Oh, did Harry Potter's closet get the Barbie treatment?
These are my friends.
The hell has he been doing to Foxy? Puberty must be coming in hot.
Again, this is a small child, Don.
Ah, the expert is here to correct me again.
Are we banging on the door?
It did say that we got locked in.
Ugh, I'm not the biggest fan of those eyes. They're almost soulless.
They're clearly not soulless enough if the yellow condom is following our every move.
And he's crying.
This kid is a moron. I'd stuff you under the stairs too if you cried at the drop of a hat.
Tomorrow is another day.
I can just tell he'll be a liberal growing up. Parents are not teaching him right.
There's a lot I can say about what you just said.
Night one. Different screen for the nights now, huh?
The quality goes up as the games go up. Typical fashion in that sense.
Oh, what?
Wait, am I that damn eraser-eating brat? And are we in a bedroom of all places?
As I've said, the main stage for this game will take place at this house. You have 3 doors to check, 2 on your sides and 1 right in front of you. You also have to turn around and flash your light on your bed.
We're really teaching this kid the early life of little nightmares here.
I will say the mechanics here are a tad bit complex. Instead of me explaining it, the game goes out of its way to elaborate the overall tasks that you need to tend to.
Does this kid sleep with his grandma? Why does his bed suck?
Nitpicking the little things here, aren't you?
So basically shine the light if someone isn't there, close it if someone is.
Right, except for the middle door, which is the closet. Someone will be there no matter what at some point. So when they show up, you have to keep the door closed for a period of time to reset them.
Then why the hell do we have to look at the bed?
The bed is where certain scraps will gather to form an entity. You have to look at your bed for some time to make those scraps scatter.
All we need now is a raging alcoholic dad, and we're fit for a night in the trailer park.
The same trailer park where you and Putin discussed international secrets together?
No, that was in Moscow. But he told me that was the place where you gave him uranium.
Before you involved me, that was mainly the Clintons' doing.
Well, Bill has always been on the slow side. I think Monica chewed on one of his nuts like a squirrel and it rewired his brain or something.
That's not how that works.
We can let Bill be the judge of that.
Something interesting to note is the lack of detail in this game.
What do you mean by that?
Well, in the first 3 games, the stage was pretty set. We knew we were a security guard looking for work. We knew what type of work we would be doing. We knew the overall time period, and we even got nightly phone calls to guide us throughout the week. This is more of a blank canvas, it seems.
They really lobbed a jigsaw puzzle at us and said, get to work.
The flow in this game is a lot more freeform. With the first 3 games in the franchise, you mainly had a sense of direction and the overall goal during your stay. However, that disappears here. The main premise of surviving to 6 a.m. is still there, but there's no other emphasis. It leaves you in the dark.
The feature difference is huge too. I think this is the first time you actually can physically move around the area, and that adds another level of depth to the playing field.
That and we have no cameras. Hell, why are we this little abortion failure anyways?
Most of these games act as a typical extension to the story, so there's a good reason why we're looking through the eyes of a child. Are we perhaps one of the kids that was butchered by the purple guy?
Well, you know I'm not one for spoilers, so I'll just bite my tongue. But you are right. There is a reason for the perspective shift.
Well, all I know is that I'll breeze through this game, no sweat. Nothing ever happens during night 1 anyways.
You really love putting your own foot in your mouth.
What the hell was that?
That was Bonnie.
Why did he have 37 rows of teeth like the big bad wolf?
Because he's looking for us 3 little piggies to devour.
Come on, Barack. You know Donald's not so little.
If you donkeys are done hee-hawing, I'd like to see Obama embarrass himself.
You set a pretty high record, Don. I don't know if I can top that.
This isn't the Olympics, you two. Stop trying to set records of mental illness and just play the game.
You would know a thing or two about that.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
I think I already know my answer, but how important is sound in this game?
Oh, extremely. Sound is the most important element of all in this game. You not only need to know where everybody is in relation to you, but you also need to know how close they are to you.
I really appreciate you explaining this on my turn, Joe. Really means a lot.
Is it like the footstep mechanic from the first game?
Essentially, each game has sound elements that assist you throughout the weeks, but this one by far is the most important. In other games, you didn't have to use the environmental noise to survive. In this game, you must.
And why is that?
Well, notice how...
What was that, Joe?
Notice how the instructions refer to listening. If you hear breathing at your door, you're supposed to close it. If not, you're supposed to flash your light. Knowing when to do which is entirely dependent on audio.
And that's for the...
Oh, come on.
And that's for the middle closet too?
I don't believe you have to worry about that just yet because it's not utilized until the second night, but you'll hear footsteps actually running towards the closet. Once that happens, you need to keep it closed until the animatronic has been settled.
That's very vague considering... Is there a forest fire or something? What the hell is happening?
It's not like the office is in a bad neighborhood or anything.
We are pretty close to a police station from what I remember.
Oh, guess what?
What's happening?
Someone hit a pothole in the road and crashed into a ditch.
I signed off on a package to invest in roadside construction about a month or so ago.
And what a good use it's turning out to be. Now I have to see a decapitated 40-year-old sprawled out on the road when I'm leaving this place.
They got decapitated?
I hope so. Either that or that road was looking mighty comfy.
Was there any blood?
No, so he probably still has his brain screwed on, but here's to hope.
You're an actual psychopath dressed like a swine.
Calling Donald a psychopath is an insult to the very word.
What the hell?
Did Freddy get hit with a shrinking ray? What was that?
That's one of the scraps that I was referring to. They're called frettles, or mini Freddys. If so many gather on your bed, the entire version of Freddy will form and kill you.
Will he also look like Bonnie from the Trap House?
Yes, every animatronic looks like that. They're called nightmare animatronics due to their intensified looks.
Of all things for you to say, I didn't expect Bonnie in the Trap House. And I just caught Chica trying to do the plug walk towards us.
It's like Jason Voorhees blew up a porta potty with a Chica toy in it and made that.
Again, they're called nightmare animatronics for a reason.
Come to think of it, there better be a damn good reason why we have Chucky's lucid nightmare coming to haunt us at 4 a.m.
This kid's parents must have the best sleep on earth to not wake up to any of this.
No kidding. The entire Grammy Awards is happening in the living room. And both parents are knocked out like they swigged a bottle of Dayquil.
They must be good parents if the kid is trained to fight like this.
Probably went back and forth to see which parent was taking off the belt.
That's a little too far, Don.
This might be the question to end all questions. What bedroom has 2 doors that lead to different hallways? Did Peter Griffin himself build this house?
And we made it through a difference in the clock too, like an actual alarm clock.
How the hell did that work? Did the circus really end? And everyone said, damn, we'll get him next time.
That must have been an awkward walk to the door.
Well, the sound wasn't the most necessary utility this night. It'll be a major factor from here on out. So with that being said, we'll have to be quiet to let Barack focus.
You want Donald to be quiet?
You want me to be quiet?
Yeah, how hard can it be?
Impossible.
Where's Obama at?
Oh, hey, Donald. Barack said he would be a bit late today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up?
last week, you talked a great deal about death.
Yeah, what about it?
Was everything you said true?
Well, I really don't know how to answer that.
Why is that?
Well, who doesn't think about death? You do it. Barack does. My wife does. All the American people do. It's not a unique concept that's exclusive only to me.
That's a given. I've pondered life, all of life, by the way. But do you really think of it in a half-glass, empty sort of way?
I hate to say it, but it's almost completely empty for me.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe that's just the old man talking, but even on sunny days, the clouds seem to get darker.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's, yeah, I get it.
It's easier for you to understand. Barack has quite the time left before he has to consider any of that.
Right. Well, truthfully speaking, very truthfully, see, I didn't know that it bothered you, really. So, I guess I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry for being late. Michelle needed help with something. What did I miss?
Nothing? Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's nothing, Barack. Let's just get to the game.
4 days until the party.
Are we back playing as Little Orphan Annie? Why am I not surprised?
You know he is hiding again.
Are Ronald McDonald and Grimace playing 7 Minutes in Heaven or something?
What are you even talking about?
Just smile and wave, Joe. Smile and wave.
Well, some clown is laughing, and Joe's right here.
He won't stop until you find him.
Donald, you have on as much makeup as a stripper on Broadway.
Or a hooker in Manhattan.
Or a part-timer for both.
Both sounds about right.
Is that the mangle?
It might just be a broken ceiling fan.
So the mangle.
Whatever it is we're supposed to go over there. Whatever that means.
Can we talk about why Yogi Bear's piss cousin is in every room of this house?
The owners must be a big fan of the restaurant.
This is like Disney superfan level of creepy.
Did you really expect anything else from this chain?
Somewhat. Oh,
Who is that? And why are you crying again?
That clearly scared him.
tomorrow is another day.
Can we return this kid to the nursery? It must be defective or something.
Fun with Plush Trap? Hold control to use flashlight. Use flashlight to stop Plush Trap on the X to skip 2 hours on the next night?
That means you have to be quiet to let Barack hear the footsteps, Don.
I can do that.
Then shut up.
Then shut up.
These footsteps are easier to hear.
Smaller environment, too.
It's still soft. Those crickets are louder than anything.
Can I talk now?
No, I flashed too early because of you.
What a load of crap.
How's he not moving?
His footsteps are very distinct.
Well, there he moved.
Yeah, I didn't notice, Don. Got him.
Nice, Barack. Good job. That shaved off 2 hours of the next night.
So can we choose when to skip it? Like if we get to 4 a.m., can we skip to 6?
No, you can't choose. As you can see by the time, it applies to the beginning of the night.
I'll take it either way. That's 2 less hours that I have to play through.
As a reminder, Donald, we're going to stay quiet so Barack can focus.
Are you serious? That's so boring. Very boring.
It's okay, Joe. I'll just turn the volume all the way up.
Suit yourself, I suppose. We could always just hand Donald some duct tape, like given to the homeless.
Is that what we do with our tax dollars too? Just give them out to random people begging?
Yeah, because our foreign assistance equates to random nobodies.
Everybody first but the USA. That's your guy's motto. Probably why we've shoveled out billions to Ukraine and Taiwan to fight their battles for them.
Don't start that. It was necessary for Ukraine to receive humanitarian, financial, and military support.
And by doing so, you made enemies with longtime friend Russia.
Don, you know what would happen if Putin won in Ukraine? We would be going down the rabbit hole with another world war, this time in nuclear fashion.
Joe, that's happening regardless. Do you not see China's interest in Taiwan? They have not forgotten what happened at the end of World War II.
I think we're all very well aware of that, but the reason why assisting Ukraine is necessary is to discourage China from doing the same to Taiwan. While Ukraine and Russia are primarily the only forces fighting, all of NATO is aiding relief to Ukraine. You don't think the dictator of China is aware of that?
I think he's very aware, but it's not affecting him the way you think it is. You have to understand that communist dictators do not care about the citizens they oversee. They care about the dynasty that they shape. Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini were like that.
Gotcha.
Kim, Putin, and Xi are like that too. Do you really think any of these men will back down from their sacred honor just because the whole world is against them?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'll assume Donald's losing an argument.
At least I can speak up to my wife.
Good thing he couldn't hear that.
I also could have been lying about not being able to hear, but who knows?
I don't take back. Wait a minute.
I'm starting to get familiar with the audio in this game, but there seems to be a new sound now.
What do you mean?
I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it sounds like someone or something is running back and forth.
Well, you should know that there is a reason for those new footsteps.
I doubt they're from Bonnie or Chica. I already think I know what they sound like.
Their footsteps sound like they're walking in steel-toe boots.
What did I say about being quiet?
You guys are literally talking. How is it any different when I talk?
Because you put Fred Flintstone out of a job when it comes to screaming.
Well, yabba dabba doo. I hope you swallow a razor blade and die.
Just kill us all then. That comes out. At least I'm not a rotting midget. What? Sure. Did you like the gas?